I can guarantee almost all of you have probably never heard of these books, but I can also guarantee by the end of this video, you're gonna want to read them. I am absolutely terrified. Hello, my beautiful, amazing best friends. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. Today, we are going to be doing a video that I have been so excited to film ever since I finished the first book last year. This is a video that is going to... Wow, I'm gonna feel so many emotions in this video. Today, we are going to be reading my most anticipated new release of 2024. Basically, last year, I read Heavy is the Crown by Lindsay J. First fantasy book that I ever was able to actually get all the way through, and I fell in love with it. It's a 6-star read. I still think about it so frequently. I literally loved it so much, and it ended on the biggest cliffhanger. Come to find out, this is going to be a trilogy. Well, book 2 came out May 30th, and I have not quite yet picked it up and read it because I needed to be in the right mood, in the right headspace. I was in a 2.5 month long slump, so it wasn't the time. I am now out of my slump, and I am now at the perfect time to read this book because I want to read it. I'm so ready to be back in the world.
No question about it, I am ready to get hurt again
And continue this story. So before we actually start the new book, we are going to be doing a full reread of the first book. Now, both of these I'm pretty sure are under 300 pages. I know the first one is, and I'm pretty sure the second one is also. So they're both pretty quick reads. They are YA, so they're also very fast paced. And let me just tell you, the first book, obviously I can't talk about the second book yet because I haven't read it, but the first book is so captivating. The way that when I read this, I was captivated from the first sentence and I never looked back after that. I am so excited to do a full reread. I have the physical copy of the first one and I plan to fully annotate it and just re-immerse myself in the universe. I unfortunately did not pre-order a physical copy of the second book, so I am going to be reading that one on my Kindle when we get to it, but I obviously will eventually be ordering the second book in physical copy so that I can have both of them on my shelf. So with that being said, we are going to start my reread of Heavy is the Crown by Lindsay J. Let's go. Let's turn on some vibey music to fit the medieval theme, and we're gonna get started. I'm so excited. So for those of you who have no idea what this book is, have no idea what it's about, let me tell you. This is a medieval fantasy, which personally is like one of my favorite types of fantasy books to read. And we basically have two modern teens, Shay and Olin, who are best friends. They somehow end up falling into a medieval realm in a completely different world and end up getting separated on opposite sides of a centuries-long war. And now they have to figure out how to find each other and how to get out of this place and get back home. So that's kind of the main premise and plotline of this book. And it's just so good. I literally cannot recommend this book more. I have actually recommended this to many of you that have come in my DMs asking for a book recommendation. And I've had a few of you actually read it and end up loving it. And I'm pretty sure at least one of you has rated this a 5 stars. I am currently on page 38, which is chapter 6, but I am reading it a bit slower this time around since I'm fully annotating. Obviously it takes me time to underline things and write comments, put my tabs in, whatever, but I'm loving being in this universe again. Obviously I'm rereading this, so I already know what's happening, and that is also a part that I'm really enjoying. Is like there's certain like things that like certain people have said, or just certain little things that I've like picked up on and been like, oh, this is kind of foreshadowing, or oh, this is a huge red flag that I did not pick up on the first time reading this, so I'm thoroughly enjoying it. This will actually be the first full book that I've done a reread of. I have started doing a reread of Magnolia Parks, but I haven't finished it, and I do hope to finish that reread and then read the rest of the series sometime this year. But this will be my first full reread, and I am loving every second of it. Can't wait to read more. I am gonna take a break for a little while because I actually need to edit a video, so I will see you guys the next time I end up picking this up and doing a little bit more reading and annotating. But just know I'm loving it. It's going very well, and I'm very happy to be rereading this, and so far I'm loving it just as much as I did the first time around, which is such a great feeling. So that's all for now. See you later. I know the lighting is really bad because of the freaking window, but I just wanted to say that like the song that's playing, the beat of it is like getting faster and faster, and it's fitting perfectly with the part of the book I'm on because I'm currently sitting here and you can tell Alin is kind of starting to freak out a little bit and maybe is getting some anxiety, so it kind of like fits perfectly because it kind of makes you feel like you're him, and like all of a sudden you're like starting to get all this anxiety thinking about all these possibilities of what could or couldn't be happening. It's fitting perfectly. It's really a vibe. I'm really enjoying my time.
I don't wanna be crazy no more. Every time I think you're gonna walk out of my door, I start to jump to the conclusion you don't love me no more. Babe, give me something to work with, can you just reassure?
Hey guys, it is time for a little reading update. It has been a couple days since I picked this up because I've just been very busy editing and trying to get some videos done for you guys, but we're gonna be picking this back up today. I'm honestly hoping like maybe I can finish this today.
And what gave you the confidence? Delusion.
I am currently only on page 58, which is chapter 7, and it's taking me a little longer to read it because I am fully annotating and I'm just really fully immersing myself into this world and this story, and I'm really enjoying just reading it at a bit of a slower pace and just doing all my fun little annotations, adding my tabs. It's just really fun and I'm really enjoying my time. Again, I just love this universe so much and it's so fun to be back in it. I'm not gonna give you too much of a reading update because again, like I haven't read very much. I just wanted to update you a little. That's where we're at. We're gonna get reading, so let's do that and let's just start reading. But also I'm not. I was trying so hard not to cry because I have makeup on. Oh my god. I'm on page 214. I have like 30 pages left. And I know where this is going, so it's also making me 10 times more emotional. Besties, elephant in the room, real quick, really quick. I have bangs now. They're not like bangs, but nonetheless, they are bangs. They are shorter than I have ever done bangs since I was literally a child and my parents decided how my hair was cut. So now that we have that out of the way, we're gonna get into a reading update of Heavy is the Crown. And guys, I have officially finished my reread of this book. As you guys saw in the last clip, I was sobbing so much. I was reading it on my Kindle, so I haven't finished my actual annotations of the physical copy just yet. But basically what I was doing when I was reading on my Kindle when it was inconvenient to sit and read the physical physical copy and annotate the physical copy. I was just reading on my Kindle and I was just highlighting anything that I felt like I wanted to annotate, and then I'm gonna go through those on my Kindle and mark them up how I want them to be marked up in the book and add my tabs and everything. I am just so excited to see this entire book like fully annotated. It's going to look so cute. I'm already obsessed with the half that's annotated already. It just looks so cute. I love seeing all of the tabs. So like I said, I finally finished my reread of this, and let me just say, going into doing the reread of this, I was very, very nervous. I was not gonna love it as much as I did the first time. For those of you who don't know, this is the first fantasy book that I ever read. Like, I was pretty much reading strictly romance, and the only other book that was fantasy that I had read was the first in the Harry Potter series, but I had already loved those movies and already loved the universe, so going into those books didn't feel like anything crazy. So I was really concerned that most of how much I loved this book was literally just the simple fact that like it was the first fantasy book I ever read and it just felt nostalgic, I guess, and that I wasn't gonna like it as much going into a reread now that I've read other fantasy books like ACOTAR and Divine Rivals, things like that. So I was very nervous, but I am very, very happy and excited to say that I loved this just as much, if not even more than I did the first time. There were certain things that I picked up on this second go round that I didn't realize the first time. Now I'm just gonna say this, and this isn't really a spoiler. Going into this book, you know the plot. You know that we are basically following these two best friends, modern teens. They fall into a medieval realm. They're on opposite sides of a centuries-long war. And it becomes pretty apparent from the like very first few chapters who's on the better side of the war and who's on the more bad side of the war, in the sense of like which side seems worse, who seems like more of the villain. And I picked up on just a couple little sentences that I didn't realize held so much weight, and then reading it the second time, it held so much weight to me. And it was the simple thing of Shay just really feeling like it was so quiet. She was like really harping on the fact that like everything was so quiet. It's so different from the world she's used to, but it was so quiet and she felt like it was completely silent. And then you go and you're in Allen's perspective and he thinks it's so loud and every little noise is setting him on edge. And I think that those little sentences just meant so much more the second time reading it, and I cried so much harder reading this the second time than I did the first time, because not only did I know what was gonna happen, I've been here with these characters before. I don't really know how to explain it. It was just so emotional, and I cried so hard when I was finishing this yesterday, like genuinely sobbing, sitting in the car finishing this book on my Kindle, absolutely sobbing. I just have to say I loved it just as much, even more the second time. This is still a 6-star read for me. This is still one of my favorite fantasy books I've ever read. I am so excited and also equally terrified to go into book 2. So speaking of book 2 is Deadly is the Throne. Now this is going to be a trilogy, so this is not the last book, and I'm so nervous going into it because my sister has already read it and she was like, Tiffany, I really don't think that you are prepared for what you're gonna read. I am absolutely terrified that someone that I love is gonna die, and it's a fantasy book, so chances are someone I love is gonna die. I'm just terrified. Overall, my biggest emotion going into this book is terrified. This is my most anticipated read of this entire year. When I saw this was coming out this year, it has ever since been my literal most anticipated new release. I am so excited. So like I'm just repeating myself at this point, so let me stop repeating myself. I have already started this, but I only read the first chapter, which was only I think like 8 pages, and let me just start by saying that I already cried. I was on page 2 and I already started crying, and I do not think that is a good sign for what is to come for me and my emotions during this read. I almost said reread. This is not a reread. Yeah. I'm really scared. I cannot wait to experience what's gonna happen in this book, but I am utterly terrified. So with that being said, we are gonna start. Well, I know I already started it, but we are gonna officially like sit down and like really read some of this book. So with that being said, we're gonna read it. I unfortunately don't have a physical copy of it right now. I obviously plan to get one eventually, but I do not currently have one, so we will be reading it on my Kindle. It is on Kindle for $3.99, and I believe the first one is $2.99. If you have not read these books, 10 out of 10 recommend. If you have a Kindle or if you have have the Kindle app on your phone, please buy them, read them. They're so cheap. They deserve way more hype. I know I haven't read the second one yet, but she deserves so much more hype. These books deserve so much more attention than they are getting, and I cannot stress that enough. So I have yapped at you enough. That is enough yapping. I just feel very passionately about these books, and I can't help but yap when I start talking about them. So I'm officially done. We're gonna go read. Let's go. Hello, my beautiful besties. Little update time. Obviously, you guys have not seen me read from now to the last update of me basically telling you guys that I started Deadly as the Throne. And that is because the first day I started it, I read one chapter, went to bed. Next day, read one chapter, went to bed. And now I'm currently sick. And last night I ended up reading a pretty big chunk of it, but it was right before bed. It was late at night. I was tired. I had a headache. I'm sick. So I didn't end up filming me reading, but we're gonna get tons of footage, tons of reactions. Trust me, I think I'm at the perfect point in the book to actually be getting reactions on camera. So with that being said, let's talk about what we've read so far. We are currently on page 128. We are 46% through this book. And let me tell you guys, I have lost track of how many times I have cried in the last 128 pages. Since doing my reread, feel 10 times more attached and in love with the universe and the characters than I was the first time I read it, which means that this second book is hitting harder than I think it would have had I not done a reread. And throughout this book, I've just been getting really, really emotional. Chapter 4, okay? For those of you, if you end up reading this, chapter 4, when we are in I don't want to say names. In chapter 4, we are in a specific person's POV that is a main character, and I cried for probably 5 straight minutes while reading that chapter because it was so heartbreaking to watch. And another thing, I keep saying watch, and it's because I genuinely have been feeling like I'm watching a movie. A lot of books that I read, it will feel like a movie, but there is something different. Okay, when you are so invested, headfirst, enthralled into a book that you have one of those moments where you like almost just like blink and you kind of shake your head and you're like, hold on, that wasn't real. I wasn't just there with the person watching this happen. These are words on a page. That is the moment I had last night when I was reading. I had the most insane realization of, oh my God, I'm not watching this. I'm reading it. It's words on a page. I fear this book is gonna ruin me. I think I said that yesterday. It already is ruining me. Like, I genuinely am so just, that is the reading update. Obviously, we are about to do some more reading. I plan to binge the last half of this book literally right now, mainly because I just really want to finish it, but also I'm sick. I have nothing better to do with my time right now. And also, I just want to say a quick little shout out to Ana Luisa, because genuinely, guys, when I say that's like the only jewelry I wear now, I'm not even kidding. Literally, both of my necklaces and my first 2 holes of my earrings are Ana Luisa. I have not been wearing anything else but my jewelry from Ana Luisa. I don't even know. I have an obsession, a true addiction. I do have a link. It's always in the description box, so you can go click it if you want to shop. That is all. That's that. We are about to get reading. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. And I'm also terrified. So let's get into it, shall we? Let's go. You're gonna stay right there, and I'm just gonna scoot back and read a little. So yeah. My spidey senses are tingling. My spidey senses are really tingling. Hold on. I have to text my sister. Okay, we're going back, but whoa. They are tingling heavy. I think I'm hot on the trail, if you get what I'm saying. That is crazy to say. Listen, this is someone we have met in this book, but I think I like him. I'm getting good vibes, and I like his energy. Kind of obsessed, I can't lie. Anyways. I love my girl Shay. She is a G. I love her, I love her, I love her. Well, I'm now really stressed out. Oh my God. This book is going to ruin me. I can't. Do you see me right now? I'm crying. I'm crying. God. Listen, I had to put him to sleep and I'm laying in bed, but I can't. I'm sobbing right now. Page 188, 68% through this book, and I'm sobbing. I literally have lost count on how many times I have cried reading this. It's actually ridiculous. I can't. Like, I can't. Okay guys, it is time for a quick little reading update. I just took a quick little break to make a cup of hot tea because obviously I'm sick, and I already like hot tea, but I drink a lot of it when I'm sick. Anyways, that's not knowledge you needed, but I told you anyways. I feel like I look so crazy right now because like I just do not care about my appearance. I don't feel good. So ignore my appearance because again, I do not feel good. Anyways, we have been reading for 2 hours and 21 minutes. I am not a quick reader at all. My sister is a very fast reader. She reads at like literally such a quick pace, I swear. That is not me. I'm not a quick reader. I'd say I'm like not a slow reader, but like kind of in the middle. Like I'm not fast, but I'm also not terribly slow. Just kind of somewhere in the middle. I don't know. Why does that matter? Not sure. Anyways, we've been reading 2 hours and 21 minutes. I am currently on page 218, 79% through the book. I am so unwell. I have cried so many times again since picking this back up today and reading about 100 pages. I have cried so many times. So many times. I cannot hold it together when reading this book. I do not understand what is happening to me, but like it is literally affecting me emotionally so much. Did I say emotionally? Emotionally so much. I love this book. I love these characters. I don't really know much of what to say because again, I don't want to spoil things, but like something just happened and like I kind of saw it coming in the sense that like I think the author makes it obvious that something is going to happen, and you kind of know that what they're trying to do is not gonna pan out how they want it to, but it still sucks so bad, and it literally felt like someone just like socked me in the stomach. Whoa. Socked me in the stomach. Socked me in the stomach because it just like hurts. Like it's just upsetting. It's so upsetting. I can't even fathom how upsetting it is. We have like under 60 pages left. Like we are so close to finishing this. Obviously I'm about to sit here and finish the rest. I cannot believe how fast, like the pacing of this one feels a lot different from the first one because the first one ends on a very fast pace. A lot is happening, all very close together. So the pacing of this one feels different, but not in a bad way. I think I'm actually really enjoying the pacing of this one. I'm enjoying all of the different POVs that we're getting in this book because we are getting a lot of different people's POVs, and seeing many different people's POVs during the same time frame has been really nice. I am just loving how this is written. I'm loving the flow of it. So with that being said, I need to blow my nose and then we're gonna start reading. So let's do that. Yeah, that's hot. What's going on with my hair? I honestly do not know. We are gonna finish this book. Come along with me. I'm probably gonna sob. Okay, we're taking bets right now. I will keep track from page 218 to the end of this book. How many times am I gonna cry? My guess, 3 times. That's my guess. I'm literally gonna make a note. Okay, all right. Let's do this thing. I knew. Okay, that's all I can say is I knew. But like reading it, like the shock, even though I knew, there's hope. But I know it's not gonna last for long. Oh, I'm very unwell. I'm very scared. I don't know how to feel, but wow. Okay. That's one. can't. I can't. This is too much. Oh my god. There's so much. I'm so attached and so invested that like everything is just making me cry. The same person who helped you. Why is that one short sentence hold so much weight in my brain? That's 4 or 3 because I didn't have any tears last time, so 3. I look crazy. I'm only on page 235. I'm unwell. I'm so unwell. I literally do not remember the last time a book has like made me feel this much. I can't stop crying. Like there's like, I just can't. And like, I don't even know. And they're not all bad tears. A lot of these are good. I know they're probably gonna end with bad tears, but like I actually genuinely don't know if I have ever felt this way about a book. I don't think I have. Akatar would probably be the closest thing. Like the series, not just the first one. I need to continue. Okay. I feel a very emotional moment coming. God, what is happening? I can't. I'm so unwell. Page 241. What? I've now cried like 5 times. So I guess my guess was low. God, this is gonna end so bad. I'm so scared. There's like maybe 20 some pages left, and everything is a little too happy right now to have 20 pages left of the second book in a fantasy trilogy. I want to shake her and be like, you're stupid, open your eyes. Oh my god, I literally want to shake her. She cannot be that dumb. She's literally like intentionally being stupid, I swear.
Oh, I lied.
I know what I saw, and I know the truth, period. I'm trying to process everything I just read. I will come back with a full review later. Okay, it is the next day. I am obviously still sick, so please ignore that, but it is time for my final review of Deadly is the Throne by Lindsay J. Guys, reading this book, like I was saying yesterday while reading, was literally the craziest experience. As you guys know, these 2 books are 2 of my favorite books that I have ever read. And yes, I am saying that about the second one. I am so thoroughly invested and just in love with this world and the characters. I somehow in these books that are under 300 pages have gotten so utterly attached to our main characters and every single one of the side characters, and I don't even understand how that happened in books that are under 300 pages, because I feel like typically with shorter books you have a harder time connecting to the characters and really getting like invested into a story because it's just shorter. There's typically not as much going on, but for some reason with these 2 books it's just done it for me, and I love them so much. I am gonna go ahead and just right off the bat say that Deadly is the Throne is a 5-star read for me. Both of these are 5 stars. I eventually am going to be buying the physical copy of the second one. I cannot wait for the third one to come out. I'm really hoping that it comes out sometime next year. I don't know when Heavy as the Crown came out, but I know at the time of reading it, I read it last year and then this came out in May of this year, but I don't know when Heavy as the Crown actually actually like released, so I'm kind of nervous that it's gonna take a while for the next one to come out. Okay, so it says the copyright for Heavy as the Crown was 2022, which means it took 2 years for the second one to come out. I'm really hoping I do not have to wait till 2026 for the third and final book in this series, because we end off at a point where it's not a huge cliffhanger the same way that the first one ended off, but it's still a cliffhanger in the sense that like there's so much left to do, there's so much happening, and you don't really know where it's gonna go. How is it going to go from here? Are these people gonna be safe? Are they not gonna be safe? Are they going to accomplish what they want to accomplish? Are they not? Is someone gonna die? Like, it is so crazy, and I just thoroughly enjoyed my time doing a reread of the first one and reading the second one. I can't even begin to describe how much I loved the second one. I don't even know that I could say I loved one over the other. Like, I think I loved them equally, and I think that says a lot about just how I feel about this series and the writing and everything. So with that being said, if you have not read these, please read them. As you can tell from this video, Heavy as the Crown is the first one, Deadly as the Throne is the second one. I will never stop hyping these books up. I will never stop recommending them. These are two books that I am going to be recommending to people till the end of time. I just love them so much, and I genuinely think they deserve way more hype. I think that the fact that they are so underread and underrated is genuinely a crime. Okay, please read them if you haven't already. I really don't think you'll regret it. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you are not already, because we have a lot of fun over here and we want you to join the fun. And with that being said, I love you guys so much, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. God, I already need to blow my nose, and I just did it. What is happening? What? Hey guys. Hey guys. Oh my god. Hey guys. Okay. What way is the emulsifying? That's not the word. Whoa. Now that we have out, whoa. During the time, whoa. And apparently my, whoa. Deadly and